This conference will now be recorded.
So I reached out to Ashley. I called him. He didn't answer. I was just going to wait one more minute to see if he was going to hop on.
All right, it's 8:03, so we'll go ahead and get started. It's January 29th, 2022, and this is a special meeting of the Dayton Town Council. This meeting is being held by phone because of the COVID-19 pandemic and in compliance with the governor's executive orders. This meeting is open for the public to listen in real time and by a recording afterward, and an option has been provided for residents to speak during the meeting on agenda items. All right, present on the phone, we have four members of our town council. We'll take roll call. Stan?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Carla? And Ashley? All right, we don't have Ashley. I called and texted him, and I haven't heard back from him. I don't think he's able to join for whatever reason. I'm Jen, so we have four council members present. The meeting tonight is to approve Ron and I to receive the town bank statement. What is that echo? Hold on.
Can everyone?
Do what?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why there's a weird echo. All right. Even though Michelle claims the monthly reports that we have to approve have nothing to do with each other, in fact, they have everything to do with each other. So that everyone listening understands what we're doing here and why we need the bank statements, I'm going to walk through what we do each month. So we have four reports that we approve: the appropriation report, the fund report, the revenue report, and the bank reconciliation. And in order to approve those, we also ask for the bank statements and the final check register every month. We need the final check register to make sure everything is accounted for in the appropriation report. And then we need to make sure the appropriations report total matches all that's dispersed on the fund report. And it's our responsibility to take the bank statement and verify the information on the bank rec and make sure that all the outstanding deposits in 1 month show up on the next month's statement. And that the checks shown as outstanding are actually on the check register and haven't cleared on the bank statement. And then on the revenue side, we need to verify that our receipted transactions show up on the revenue reports and show up as deposits on the bank statement. Hopefully that all made sense. The bottom line is that the reconciled bank statements need to match the bank balance. And we weren't able to approve reports for months and months because none of the reports are ever matching what they should. And recently they've been correct. So I should be clear why the State Board of Accounts tells us that we have to do the internal controls and why we have to have the bank statements to do it. So the motion we'll be doing tonight is just to update the record at the bank from when we first made a motion almost 2 years ago. And we've been getting the bank statements ever since then. And I mentioned in the January meeting that there was a delay getting the December statements because of the holidays and people out sick with COVID. And it must have dawned on Michelle that we were going around her to get the statement like we've had to do on so many things. So she went to the bank and made a scene. So the bank asked us to update our 2-year-old motion just for the record, their records.
All right.
So again, we are the fiscal body, we're the oversight body. We don't need Michelle's approval to see these records as much as she protests. These accounts belong to the town. These are not her personal accounts. There's nothing private, there's nothing confidential, and it's the opposite of private and confidential. They're public records. Any member of the public can ask for these, and Michelle would have to provide the statements for them. Now, Michelle's the fiscal officer, so that means she writes all the checks when we approve things getting paid. So we choose the bank, she writes the checks, we provide the oversight. Just like if you've ever gotten a check from someone, which I'm sure we all have, you have that person's bank account number on the check. That doesn't mean you can go take money out of that account because you know the numbers. And for the record, the account numbers aren't even on the bank statements. I know she's been throwing that around. It just shows the last 4 digits, like on most of our bank statements. So anybody who's arguing about these are confidential and their account numbers are just trying to cause trouble. Before we move on, I wanted to read the letter that we are actually going to send to the bank. I have it on letterhead here, and it just simply says, "Dear Zach, please be informed that I, Jen Monago, am the 2022 president of the Dayton Town Council. I request to have the Town of Dayton bank statements released to myself and Utility President Ron Kohler. The council voted to allow the bank statements released to Ron and I at the January 29th, 2022 special meeting of the Dayton Town Council. The audio of the meeting and the vote can be heard on the YouTube channel," and then I link the YouTube channel there. "Hopefully this will resolve any issues with releasing the bank statements. We appreciate your help. Yours truly, Jen Monago, Council President."
All right. I'd like to make a motion for Jen to allow herself and me to receive the bank statements and to send a letter saying that to the bank.
I second it.
All right, there's been a motion made by Ron and seconded by Stan to approve him and I getting the bank statements and sending this letter. Is there any discussion before we take this vote? All right, we'll take a vote. Stan, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Carla?
Yes.
And I vote yes, so that passes 4-0. So I will get that to the bank. Was there anything else?
Yes, I have something.
Go ahead, Stan.
Yeah, I just want to thank Ron Kohler for his hard work yesterday of plowing all the streets in Dayton and salting them. The streets are in great shape. We have no ice buildup. Just great. I want to thank him personally. He does a great job.
Thanks, Stan. We're just trying to get the salt on before all the snow so it melts underneath so we don't have any problems like last year. So thanks.
Cool. Anyone else? All right, having no other business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.